Welcome back. Hope you're having a good morning. Well, we've listed on all the stocks for you. Let's get some fundamental analysis going as well. We have Deven Choksey, Managing Director at DRChoksey Finserv, who joins us on the show. Hi, Deven. Good morning. Always good to see you in. Well, plenty of stocks that will be reacting to news flow. Let's talk about the top one, Hindalco, looking at unlocking some value in Novelis, which is good news. And the valuation that's coming out of there is a little higher than what the street was ascribing to it. The problem is now there'll be a holding company discount, and also the FIs have an alternate. The stock has already run up, Deven. How do you approach it closer to around the 680, 690 rupees?
And good morning. Well, on one side, definitely, I think this particular move will result into a higher amount of balance sheet play for Hindalco in particular. I think the amount of money that they are raising around 7,500, 8,000 crores, I think, which is basically definitely going to help the balance sheet of Hindalco per se. Could help Hindalco in a way. Ultimately, I think from the point of view of not requirement of funding for Novelis, at the same time, I think getting cash generated for the brownfield greenfield expansion out here in India per se, and release the bandwidth per se. I think from the point of view of taking for the debt, so that is all in positive. Maybe I think the shareholders may not get enough amount of regular level because of the discount that you mentioned about. But I would think that I think overall this particular push should act as a positive for the company. The commodity cycle in particular, I think we remain distinctly positive. Both the aluminum as well as the copper cycle remains, I think, extremely positive. And that should give the opportunity for Hindalco to continue its march. Maybe in the recent times, the stock price is already adequately priced every event or every such kind of news. I would think that one will have to wait for corrections in the market to re-enter into the stock.
Okay, Deven, hi, good morning. What are your thoughts on these battery manufacturers? Both Exide and Amara Raja reported very good set of numbers, but the stocks have run up a lot. So at this price, are you cautious or do you think that the risk reward is still favorable?
Yeah, good morning, Samir. Well, I think this is the story for most of the stocks. I think you have most of the companies have factored in the development, the news, the price, whatever is talked about. I think it's all fully discounting the developments. Yes, I think I do agree that Maharaja's working has come up really, really smart. And I believe that I think if this trend continues, then the momentum will follow for this company. However, in the recent times, the stock has done everything which it should have done. I think as far as I think the price outlook is concerned, I believe that, again, corrective markets would be the better times to buy into the stock. Current valuations are adequately pricing all the events or the possible growth in the working in the financial year 24-25.
Deven, hi, morning. You know, we have this CLSA note that we were talking about earlier, and we'll put out more details on this one, right? They're essentially... and I've been asking people who've been on the show, what is the best way to get exposure for continuity? Which is the baseline for the market? I mean, of course, upsets aside, no one can say. Which is the best pack? Is it PSUs? Is it CLS has got a note out and they list out a bunch of companies. L&T and PFC, a few others out there as well. Just that question to you, Deven. I mean, if one is looking ahead a little bit, a week from now, in terms of where the market will be and what should one do now? What would your advice be? This is near term, of course.
Yeah, Prashant, good morning. Well, I believe that I think the focus should be on the consumption and focus should be on the B2B space in which I think the manufacturing companies are positioned. Certainly, I think the likes of Larsen, the ABB Siemens, all of them have suggested that they have got a very healthy order book and next 3 to 5 years visibility is extremely strong. But most of the news are definitely priced in and I think the stocks are putting it at a premium. So in such situation, I think keeping an eye on these companies is more important because I think once the event of election and the results gets played out, and after that, whenever the corrections of any degree comes in the market, probably this manufacturing sector would be the one where we will remain more comfortable buying into the portfolio because we see a horizon of next 3 to 5 years. Now here, I think you can also go for the consumption space, wherein I think particularly in auto and auto ancillary, where we believe that I think these companies are likely to produce continuously better performance going forward again for 3 to 5 years. Each of the verticals within auto, be it I think the commercial vehicle vertical, be it farm equipment, vertical, the passenger vehicle, and the two-wheelers. In each one of them, I think we are seeing a steady to healthier growth continuing, particularly in commercial vehicle, where we are distinctly confident about, I think, the way forward. So maybe I think this kind of companies, likes of Tata Motors, Ashok Leyland, though they may have moved up recently, I would think that I think there may be relatively better opportunity to buy into the portfolios.
Vinyl flooring, right? I mean, it's picking up quite a bit, especially for Indian Railways, for EV buses, and the street is confident of that. But at this price, do you think a lot of the good news is in, or do you think there's more to go?
So from the perspective of looking at the growth, I think there is still a long way to go. I think because I guess that the first time India is experiencing the alternate space floorings, I think, in a big way in different applications. So to a greater extent, I think we believe that I think this is one space. Plus, innovation is happening big time in this particular space with the new product quality coming up. So from that perspective, I believe that I think the growth prospects are very bright. At the same time, I think one area where probably I think the higher amount of prospects also lies is in the area of exports, and particularly I think with the BIS in, I believe that I think the export is going to be I think more rewarding proposition even for the domestic players. I think who are basically going to take the advantage out of it. So we believe that I think there is a good growth prospects going ahead. Maybe some amount of play would be on the margin side, but I believe that I think as long as the petrochemical prices are remaining steady, probably I think the margins are not going to be affecting these companies in a in an adverse way. And as I heard the management also saying, this is the same kind of a hearing the same kind of I think sentiment being echoed by most of the other management was supplying to railways. The government is now spending money for quality, and they are basically giving margins to the players as against earlier period. So that is once again, I think, giving some amount of clarity of higher growth and higher margin continuing in the business. So we remain positive on this space per se.
All right.